Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are looking at a new topic, which is African education system is anti-development oriented. African education system is anti-development oriented. Why am I saying this? The fact is, no country in the world can develop beyond the quality of its education system. In other words, the level of quality of your education system determines your level of development. The extent to which your education is developed will determine the extent to which you can develop as a country. Let's see countries like United Kingdom. You see, United Kingdom has one of the best education systems in the world, and so is its level of development. So you see that nearly everything in United Kingdom is up to standard or even beyond standards. Their cars, their housing system, their communication system, the aviation system, nearly everything is near perfect. You see, let's look at United States of America. They have a robust education system which translated into their level of development we are seeing today. Somebody keep saying that glass and kwan. It is because they have developed their education system to the extent that it was able to translate their level of development. Now, Singapore is a small country over just 5 million people, but Singapore has one of the best education systems today in the world. And see Singapore is among the developed countries today. Japan, we cannot talk about Japan. One man, Joran, said Japan is number one in the world. Considering the level of resources they have been able to transform their country. Why? Because they have a robust education system to drive their innovation. So Japan was champion in shipbuilding. Now they are into aircraft building. You see, closely following Japan is South Korea. They learned the Japanese system, and now South Korea is one of the giants today. Just look at Samsung. Samsung is one of the best companies today. See their automobile industry. Hyundai, very strong. You see, Japan is thriving in technology because their education system is centered on technology and innovation. So you see that level of education system matches with level of development. Now let's look at other countries like Canada, Australia, Germany, Germany, and then other countries like China. China came from nowhere to become one of the giants today. China is likely to overtake US in terms of becoming the largest economy in the world. You see, China overtook Japan to become the second economy in the world. Now it is about to overtake US because they strengthen their education system. Can we say that of Africa? Look at our education system and compare to our level of development. You see that because our level of education is weak, it has affected our level of development. So we have been trapped in lower income web. Most African countries are trapped in lower income web for the past years, more than 50 years. Some have been in lower middle income status for more than 50 years. We are not just moving because our education system is weak. So our education system is anti development oriented. Another thing is there is misalignment between our education system and national agenda. For example, over the past few years, let's take Ghana for instance, we heard slogans like Better Ghana Agenda. Was our education system in support of that Better Ghana Agenda? No. Today we are hearing something like Ghana Beyond Aid. We don't want to depend on aid again. We want to become self-reliant. Yet our education system is not supportive of this agenda. So there's a misalignment between national agenda and our education system. Now we say Africa Beyond Aid. All African countries depend on aids and stipends, handout. But our education system is saying otherwise. You see, our education system is not doing enough to make us self-reliant. We continue to import nearly everything. What do we produce in Africa? I'm not surprised today everyone is crying that there is high cost of living in Africa. It's not only Ghana. Nigeria is complaining the same thing. Prices of goods and services have gone up far beyond expectation. Now, how do we cope with this? Because we are not producing, we are only importing. There's a high gap between import and export. What we export is far less than what we import. So the prices must go up. Inflation, high inflation, caused by our education system. Now, the major problem is that there is no any readiness so far for us to change our education system. As Einstein always says, you can't keep on doing the same thing over and over again and expect different results. We can't keep on practicing 18th century education system, which is no longer relevant in today, and expect to move out of lower or middle income status. It can never happen because we are repeating the same old mistake over and over again. It seems we are not ready for change. We are not ready for development because our education system tells it all. Our education system continues to rank low in the world. How many African universities are ranked in the US ranking today? If they are ranked at all, around 5,000 thereabout. You see, because we are not following international best practices, we continue to run courses that are not industry driven or not even demanded in the market anymore. We must be ready to change our education system. Another thing is, our education system is left in the hands of political actors who have virtually little or no knowledge about education system. Now, if there is any education issue to be discussed in Africa, for instance, let's say Ghana or Nigeria, they will call politicians who have no idea in education instead of calling education experts. And our media is doing us harm in this part. They will call party officials to come and speak about education. When the person has no knowledge in education, even the person who has a degree in finance or maybe marketing, and we are calling the person to come and talk about education issue, just because the person is a political actor. What is this? So they will come and be talking anyhow, which doesn't make any sense. Let me say this. Back in the university in Ghana, undergraduate level, my lecturer who taught me analytical chemistry, he said this, that he studied at the University of Ghana, Legon, for his master's in analytical chemistry. He spent 6 years studying this course, master's program. he was able to conduct or carry out only 11 experiments. After his completion, he went to United Kingdom, UK, to study PhD. He spent only 3 years, and he performed 44 experiments. 6 years, 11 experiments. 3 years, 44 experiments. Can you compare the two? So you see that our education system is the cause of this joblessness that we are facing today. We are not developing because people are not getting jobs. How do you develop? How do you develop when people come out from university and they are not employed? We run courses that people will only be given certificates. They come out with no employable skills, no industry skills, no practical skills. We only produce fertilizer on the board in Africa. So we have to import fertilizer. Meanwhile, we have universities such as University of Science and Technology, and we cannot produce fertilizer in Africa or in Ghana. We have to import. Why wouldn't fertilizer be expensive in Africa? Our education system is not doing us any good, and it must change. We keep on running irrelevant courses that have no linkage with the industry or job market. And we tend to forget that we are a developing nation. That is what is important. If you don't know that you are a developing nation and you continue to do courses that are not relevant, you will be trapped in that developing nation status forever. Courses that neither offer graduate with employable skills nor are entrepreneurial and innovation oriented. These are the courses that we have neglected. For example, if you are studying in Malaysia, most of the universities will force you to undertake a course in entrepreneurship and innovation. I did it at the PhD level. You must take a course in entrepreneurship and innovation because they want you to have entrepreneurial skills so that when you come out from university, at least you have some business ideas how to create a job. You see, but our university keep running 18th century courses in 21st century. And how do we link this to our development? Those courses must be scrapped. Those courses that are not relevant or industry driven must be scrapped. Example, a friend I had a conversation with yesterday. We both studied in Malaysia. He said he read an article and Malaysia Ministry of Higher Education scrapped about 38 courses which are not in line with the national agenda. You know, I've been following the conversation around the university bill in Ghana. The government is trying to introduce university bill so that all the universities will come under one umbrella. And universities are opposing it. What are they afraid of? It is because they are not doing something right. You see, any country that wants to develop must have a robust education system. In Malaysia, they have a Ministry of Higher Education, which controls all the universities and colleges and tertiary education in the country. So this is what the Ghana government was trying to do. But our university continue to do their own thing. What kind of independence is that when government is the ones paying for everything? So all the university must come under one umbrella. And Mr. President, try and pass the university bill. It must be passed. If our education system will never change. Why are we resistant to change? What are we afraid of? If the university bill is passed, what will the universities lose? We must focus on bringing all the university together, create Ministry of Higher Education to direct universities to the national agenda so that they will run courses that are in alignment with the national agenda, Ghana Beyond 8 or African Beyond 8. STEM education, science, technology, engineering and mathematics is lacking in our education system. And when this is lacking, it means that you cannot develop, because these are development-oriented courses which will drive manufacturing and innovation. That is the reason why we are not manufacturing, because engineering is out, science is out, technologies is out. We are focused on liberal education system. As I mentioned earlier the last time, everybody in Ghana now want to do law. Everybody in Nigeria want to study business administration. Where are the offices that you want to go and work? When there are no jobs in your country, you are reading business administration instead of reading engineering, mathematics, science and technology. African education system, we are out of touch. We are not up to date. So we need a conscious effort. We need a national policy that will restructure our education system so that it will be in line with the national agenda. Need to create higher education ministry, as I already mentioned, and all universities must come under this umbrella of Ministry of Higher Education. You see, I read something yesterday from one man, Marshall Goldsmith. He said this: the first obstacle to earning your life is to decide what that life should be. If we don't define what our lives as Africans should be, and we allow our education system towards that, we'll continue to struggle and be trapped in the lower income country web for eternity. My name is Peter Naloya Temu. This is series 12 of career planning series. Please don't forget to share this video, like my Facebook page, Peter Naloya Temu, and go to my YouTube channel to subscribe. Thank you and have a good day ahead.